giving you an opportunity to get the full story from the people who tell it best. This is Mediacom News Leaders.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mediacom News Leaders. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Carol Kelly. Joining us today to talk about Caregiver Wellness Day with the Alzheimer's Association of East Central Iowa, we've got Angie Mcclure. Angie, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So we have to talk about this day. This is exciting coming up in November, Caregiver Wellness Day. Talk to us about that.
It is exciting. There are a lot of caregivers in our community that need support and access to services and information. And unfortunately, they're busy caregiving and they don't always have the time to seek that information. And so this is a perfect opportunity for people to kind of take time for themselves, give themselves a little pampering day, but then also receive information, education, access to resources. So we're excited about it.
Tell us about where it is and when.
Sure. So it's Thursday, November 15th. It starts at 8 a.m., goes until 3 p.m., and it's going to be at the hotel at Kirkwood Center.
What does that day look like?
It's fun. So I've had the pleasure of participating in this for several years, and we usually have over 150 caregivers that participate. We really do pamper them throughout the day, so it starts with breakfast. They start with keynote speakers, which is a great opportunity for them to hear firsthand from other folks who've been caregivers, to provide them some guidance and some helpful tools, to make them feel that they're not alone, which I think is important. In addition to that, then we serve them lunch. They have access to complimentary massage therapy. And then we have over 30 vendors that are actually going to be there to help folks understand resources that are available.
Tell us about the importance of caregivers to come to this year after year, because obviously things are always changing and meeting new people.
Yeah. The first thing is kind of what I already mentioned, was letting them know that they're not alone. I think oftentimes they get stuck in that rut of that caregiver role. They oftentimes forget that their health is just as important as the person that they're caring for. And if they do let that go and don't take time to kind of recharge their batteries, they're really no good to the person they're caring for. And so taking the time and making themselves participate recharges them, helps them to see that there are others that can support them. And I think oftentimes you see the caregivers make friends, and people then outside of this one day a year, they can continue to have that communication and support.
What is the registration like? Is there a maximum, or is there a cost involved?
There is no cost involved. It's complimentary to the public. It is for family caregivers. All they have to do is they call to RSVP, because we do need to keep track for food and other amenities that are going to be provided. So they just call the 540-5079 to RSVP. That's it, and they show up.
And talk to us a little bit about the importance of something like this. We've highlighted a little bit about the importance, but really for the Alzheimer's Association, just really having a day like this. It's
awesome that we have so many supporters of the day. It takes a lot to put an event like this together. And so obviously folks, whether it's a nonprofit organization or just volunteers like myself, that we see that there's the need in the community. And so coming together to be able to create such a large event that does so much in giving back to caregivers, I think says a lot about our community as a whole, and that people really do care. And so I think it's great that the folks in our county have the opportunity.
Talk to us about some of the stories or the benefit then that you've seen. You know, people coming maybe for the first time and really just kind of opening their eyes to others that are going through the same thing.
I think one of the points that I could make is, you know, we talked about the benefit of, yes, you get the meals and you get the massage therapy and the vendors and what have you. But this actual Caregiver Wellness Day, we did something a little different. We have a panel discussion. And so there are going to be opportunities for folks to ask questions and get answers for things that they've been wondering about. For example, things like financial tips, understanding Medicare and Medicaid, understanding long-term care insurance and veterans benefits.
Where someone could get registered and information about this wonderful day, the Caregivers Wellness Day.
So they need to call 319-540-5079 to RSVP.
That's wonderful. It's a pleasure. Thanks, Angie.
Yes, thanks for having me.
This has been Mediacom News Leaders, your opportunity to get the full story from the most reliable sources exclusively on Mediacom News Leaders.